Hey guys, pardon the audio, we forgot our mic today, but we're under a bit of a time crunch, so we're just going to open up this box here that was sent to us from Pepe Tools. So if you've been following along with our channel lately, we've been kind of on a wax kick, which is a bit odd because we do a lot of 3D printing. But we found a lot of value in the injection molds lately, mostly due to the size of our work and just overall cost. That's one big factor, that wax will always be cheaper than 3D printing castable resin. But we're at a bit of an impasse. If you recall from one of our previous videos where we looked at the B9 resilient material, we talked about our very, very old wax injector. And I decided, you know what, after that video, we need a new wax injector. So I went and I bought one. This is an empty box. That's not what I want. So we reached out to Pepe Tools, who happened to be an affiliate, or actually we're an affiliate of them, sorry, not the other way around. And they sent us over a big box of things. I think that's all. So this is the Arbe, I believe it's, actually I have no idea what the serial number is or anything like that, the identifier mark, but this is their mini wax injector. This is a small one by comparison to some of the others. Now the upside to this one, of course, versus the one that we have, the ancient Vigor one, is that of course this is now air pressure powered. We're now injecting horizontally rather than vertically. It's going to be able to screw down to the table so we can get quite a bit more pressure. And I'm hoping the heating is a little bit different as well, but we still have to figure that out. I find these lids to be very interesting. It's actually supposed to deal with pressure, obviously. So you loosen these off and you twist. And then there is the lid with these wings that lock everything into place. Great big gasket, and actually a very small melting chamber. I'm not sure why it needs like 1.5 inch thick walls, but you know, it is what it is. I'm not entirely sure what this little dingly doodad is. I have a feeling it has to do with temperature, like if I wanted to measure the temperature of the wax, because one of the features that I don't like about this one is that it only has a dial. So we can't actually dial in, haha, pun. We can't actually dial in the temperature as nicely as we could if it was like digital, for example. Now I know Arbe does make digital models that have that controller, but this one doesn't have it. That's okay though. We tend to use only 1 or 2 different kinds of wax anyway, so it's not that big a deal. And we'll of course be able to have an external thermometer verify some of those temps. I actually have an air compressor already set up for doing engraving, pneumatic engraving. And it has 2 air ports, so I'm just going to be able to get another hose and plug it into here. I am going to be taking off this barbed fitting and replacing it with a quick disconnect because that's just what I happen to have. I don't have any hoses that can really fit this barb. Other than that, you know, we've got the regulator up here. You pull this out and you adjust the temperature or the pressure while it's under load. This is a safety valve over here. If you ever want to release that pressure, if you want to say reload your wax, you would pull this, loosen everything off and go from there. They're a very simple tool, but they're incredibly necessary if you're doing any kind of wax injection. I found that the one we have, the old Vigor one, it works, but it's limited, and anything below the one we have is borderline unusable. In other words, if you're just heating it up in a pot and sucking it up with like a turkey baster or a syringe or something, you're lacking a ton of pressure. You don't have the right kind of nozzle shape usually, and it cools down just too quickly. So you're losing a lot of control that these things give. And unfortunately, I think the market understands that, which is why such a simple tool is so expensive, for lack of a better word. The high-end ones can be like 20 grand. Now those ones have like a pressure auto plate and they vacuum the mold and all that stuff. This one I think was You know what, I'm just gonna put the price somewhere up here. I don't remember what it was. But either way, it's a bit of a price to pay, and it's something that you have to commit to. You have to be doing more mold injecting to be able to pay this off. Otherwise, it's probably just worthwhile to just send it off to someone to inject and make your molds for you.